Okay, so the first thing that I want to kind of show you guys is cross-hatching in general, just like how to put your lines down. And like the way that I hold it is I hold it like right here, like right at the tip of the pen, because it gives me more control. And these are brand new, like they came in yesterday. And you can see how I'm putting this down. Like I'll put it and then I'll drop it, and it's just with my wrist. So like you can obviously, if you're doing a big line, use your whole arm. But I like to do my wrist for like those small lines that you're gonna see here. I don't know if you can see it, but you'll see it later. And then what that creates is it creates a really, really cool effect of line weight, even though I'm using a fine liner. And a brush pen is ideal for this, and that's why I need to get more of these. But like you can see here that line, you can get much better line weight, like difference. So this one's running out, and I'm not going to use them a bunch in this tutorial because they're running out, but hopefully it'll still help. And I'm not sure how long this video is going to run for. If it runs for really long, I might just make it a two-part video, because I don't want you guys to have to sit here and I don't have the time or the internet capabilities to upload long stuff. So anyway, more cross-hatching. So what we're going to do is we're just going to this is a 0.3, and I don't use this because I usually am just drawing covers or something, so I don't really have to use the super small one. But you can, and it definitely is helpful for eyes, I guess, if you want to draw the iris of the eyes. So now we're going to get on to some cross-hatching tutorials, which is going to be here. So I'm just going to draw, imagine just a square. And another thing is to always keep the lines uniformly apart. So the distance, you don't want it to be one line here, one line there, one line there, one line here, one line there. You want them to be equal and uniform, because that's going to give it just looks better. So then what you usually do is you just do it perpendicular 90 degrees. So if it's going like this, the other one's going to go like that. And that's the usual minimum of cross-hatching. And then Jim Lee and some other guys, they're going to do Philip Tan. They're going to do crazy cross-hatching. They're going to do it like that. And they're going to do it like that. And that's how they create shapes. They're going to create a shape, a muscle definition. Instead of actually doing a hard line like that, they're just going to use hatching and rendering and stuff. And I need to learn how to do that, and I'll admit that I'm not great at it, but it'll help you to learn that type of stuff. So then, that's just the general, cross-hatching. And then what you can do is, if you really want, you can, pass it a bunch. That'll give it an even better look. I'm just going to pass it here. And that looks good. It looks better than just going like that. But it's also a lot more work. And that's usually what you'll get with an actual brush, like a paintbrush. You can usually get that same line. And then what you want is to not have that much line here in between, where the black would be. So you want it to be able to actually blend into the black really well, just with one line. So I mean, that's pretty much how cross-hatching goes. And I'm going to have more examples here of how to actually apply cross-hatching to a shape in lighting to make it look more realistic. But that's really it. It's just go in opposite directions, keep the uniform line, and you'll get good rendering. So now for effects. Effects is something that looks really good. And David Finch, he has a tutorial on how to draw effects in pencil, but obviously then you just ink it over. And I think some effects that are really cool to do, one of them is splatter. In splatter, what you're going to do with splatter is it's just going to I can do it with my finger, and that'll do it. And some people I know do that, but the best way to do a really cool splatter effect is with a paintbrush. And then I'm just going to get it. Boom. it's splatter. And then your hand is dirty, but again, you can clean it off later. And you can even add this as like a, I think, Jock. I think he's somebody who does this like that. And it looks cool. Like, if you know how to do it, it looks cool. But again, you gotta know how to do it. And then you can pass the paintbrush or the toothbrush. I get it confused. Don't blame me. Like that. And then the same thing with the white. So like, you get this and you get white ink, and that'll do it. So then that's an effect that I know how to do, and there are other effects of like feathering, which is where you get a paintbrush, and then like, so you're going to do this on a spare page. So like, imagine this is the spare page here. You're just going to like, dry it out until it's pretty dry, the brush. And then when you're starting to notice it's dry, you just pass it like that. And that's going to give it like a really nice, like, dry brush effect. And you can do that for like Catwoman. Her like suit has, Tony Daniel uses this a lot. And it's useful. And it looks really good. I don't, like, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I use this and this. This is what I ink a page with, or a cover with. But it's definitely good to be able to do it with other tools and other stuff. And so then I'm going to get like my whiteout pen, and then you can do reverse inking, which here, so I'm going to show you how to do reverse inking. So you can either just do those same cross-hatching lines that I said with the wrist motion. Then always, actually I'm going to say something else now, which is always draw in like a certain flow. So like, I'm right-handed, so my flow is always going to be like the line kind of like that. And obviously I can draw a straight line, but my flow is usually going to be like that. So if a line is going contrary to that motion, I'm going to turn the page around. I'm going to draw like that, because I can't draw a line as good like this as I can like that, or like this is my natural motion. So try and find, that's a good thing, is to try and find your motion and then learn to use that. And so then that's actually, like, kind of humiliatingly the only 3 effects, 2.5 effects that I know how to do. And you can get a paintbrush. You can just tap the paintbrush to get this general splatter. And you can do it digitally, but if you only work traditionally, this is something. And this tutorial is, I'm not a professional, so I don't have all of the tips that a professional would. And also, I am a very, very relatively low budget type of artist. So like, I know that David Finch has inking tutorials, and Scotty Young has them, and a bunch, and you can probably Jonathan Glapion has them. And you can search up artists on YouTube, and they're gonna have an inking tutorial or 2 if they're inkers and stuff like that. And you can also watch their live streams. And each one has a different way of inking, especially over pencils, which is something I'm going to show you later in the video. So after this dries, let's wait for this to dry, I'm going to show you how to do reverse inking effects, so like reverse splatter or whatever. So, okay, so it's dry, and I'm going to show you how to do whiteout. So this is obviously, it's an old yogurt box that I can use, and you can use any type of like box or any recipient to put your stuff in. And I almost spilled this. Here's another tip, which is probably the most important in inking. Don't spill your ink. It's a bad idea. So what I do is, I'm going to be a lazy artist right now, and I'm not going to actually dip it properly, but I did not clean this, and now it is stiff. So clean your toothbrushes too. You can already see. You can see this, right? And then obviously that same fingerprint, it'll work. And you can do, it's called reverse inking. So you're going to do the opposite of what you would do normally, which makes sense because of the name and stuff. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Next week is going to be the 3rd and final part of this video, and I'll see you there. Bye.